Where do you start, and what do you suggest? Do you try to find out whether or not how tall the gentleman is, how short he is?
Yeah, definitely. Wives need to keep in mind their husband's personality and individuality, because that's really a big part of it. You know what your husband likes, what he absolutely does not like. You know, so that's definitely the first thing to keep in mind. But as far as Sunday church wear, you don't want to be too flamboyant, you know, because you don't want all the attention to be on you. You're there for a different purpose. So nothing too crazy, flamboyant, pastels and all that. You don't really have to get into all that.
Even on Easter? Okay, I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
But you definitely, church, a lot of church suits are similar to yours, where they have the more stylish lapel. A lot of people like the 4 buttons. So, I mean, you can really interchange your church suits as well as your business suits. But maybe, you might want to throw in your pink tie, or if you like pink,
well,
or things. Yeah, exactly.
It has to be with the personality, right? Yeah.
If it's your personality, some do and some don't. Whereas I might not suggest to wear that to an interview,
Certainly.
You can kind of mix and match, but for the most part, the two are interchangeable.
Okay. Now, what about sportwear? How do you advise for people to wear sportwear? Let's just say that someone is going to their kids' basketball game. How do you go there not looking like you just came out of a prayer meeting? How do you do that? How do you do that?
If you want to be casual, you can have your blazer. If it's more classic blazer, it'd probably be a navy or a black. If it's more casual, it'll probably be brown.
If our engineer, Dr. Kelly, if you can kick in the music, and we'll have our first gentleman to come, and you can tell us a little bit about this suit and on what situation it can be worn.
Now this is from our new Fat Farm line. This is a navy blue with a double pinstripe. It has a blue and also a white pinstripe. It is a 3-piece, so it does have a vest included in it as well. And although you can't see the back, it is double vented for those who prefer the double vented look. This would be acceptable. This is definitely a nice suit that would be acceptable for church. Even business wear, this would definitely be acceptable. Again, probably not for an interview. But just for everyday business wear. People know their office. If it's more conservative, then this might not be appropriate. But if it's just business in general, then this would definitely be acceptable.
Now, what about the seasonal as far as fall, spring?
As far as seasons, this can be worn all times of the year. You see, we have the bright green and blue paisley tie with it as well, which is really bright and extravagant, which draws attention to the pinstripe in the suit.
Certainly does.
But the colors can definitely be year-round. Blue you can wear anytime.
Well, that's very good. Now, what other colors? What other color tie can you get by with that, and what other color shirt? Because that works so perfectly. I tell you.
Right. Any ties that might have white or silver and blue. It doesn't necessarily have to be the color of the pinstripe in the suit. It can be another color as well. As long, like I said, it doesn't have to match as long as it just looks good together. So even if he had on a white shirt and or a silver tie, he could still do that. There's not silver in the suit, but it still goes with it. Also, light blue, darker blues, anything in the blue family, anything would match that. So.
And keep it in line with where you say the cuffs should fall. His cuffs are falling just right.
And also his sleeves. The sleeve is above the knuckle, but it's a little bit below the actual wrist, which will give him plenty of room when he sticks his arm out. It won't be, This is a Fat Farm by Russell Simmons. These are actually a new clothing line of suits that he has that our store is trying out. So we do have others as well, but this is the navy pinstripe.
Like that's the part.
Coming back in style, and it's very good all.
You say it.
Very convenient for people who either gray stripes would be acceptable for positive use everyday business. as well as church.
Okay.
And then with him, we have a orange, black, brown, and almost cream. Have to
It's